And I'm Eric Richards. This is Malibu News 12. And this carjacking suspect in the South LA area, let's kick it up to Jim Holcomb in Sky 12. He's over the pursuit right now. Where are we at, Jim?
Right now we're southbound on Vermont. Southbound on Vermont, we're coming up to Florence right now.
Okay, and what are the police chasing this person for?
Well, Eric, this guy carjacked a car. It was a domestic violence call originally. It came out in Southwest Division, and when officers got there, he ran from the house, pulled a person out of a car at gunpoint, and the chase is on.
Okay, so this has been going on now for close to an hour, I'm told?
It's actually about 20 minutes that we've had about 20 minutes on this pursuit.
Okay, and we can see the vehicle there has the bumper ripped off. Do you know how that happened? Were you able to see that?
About 2 minutes before we came on the air, he sideswiped a car in an intersection and then continued on. We don't know if there's any injuries from that accident. We presume not. Now look at what's going on here.
And so, Jim, my question is, how far are the police away from this vehicle? Because we don't see them in the shot there.
Well, we could widen out our shot, but we want to stay tight on the car. They're not too far away, about maybe a half a block right now, but they're trying to give him some space to see if he might pull over. They've tried that technique a couple of times. Now westbound on Florence.
Westbound on Florence there. For those of you just joining us, this pursuit involving a domestic violence suspect who carjacked this vehicle that he's in. So basically the police have done a spike strip and he ran over that and he's running on rims right now.
It looks like he just turned northbound on Crenshaw.
North on Crenshaw. So how long do you think this pursuit will last with the condition of the vehicle, Jim?
Well, it's anyone's guess. We've seen cars go all the way to Santa Barbara really on rims, but I don't know. This is really difficult for him to control that car.
So Jim, with your experience as our police specialist, is there an opportunity in this pursuit where the police can do a pit maneuver, a pursuit intervention technique in order to get this guy to stop?
Well, there is, and they've tried one a couple of times during this pursuit. As you can see, oh, here we got a police car pulling up right now. Now, it looks like he's getting in position for another intervention technique right now. This is what we saw last time.
What choices, what options do the police have at this point?
Very limited. You know, Eric, he's said to have a gun, so they're certainly going to want to keep their distance. When the pursuit is over with, they're going to want to make sure they shut the streets down and they have no crossfire situation, but they have adequate resources to take him into custody. But it's anyone's guess. Is he going to come out firing or is he going to just give up? No one knows.
And Jim, what I want to do right now is just recap for everybody just joining us. A pursuit of a domestic violence suspect who carjacked this vehicle that you see there on your screen. Led a dangerous pursuit on rims, at times being very erratic, but police were able to do another pit maneuver after trying one unsuccessfully, and were able to take this guy into custody. Where are we at right now, though?
Again, I think it's Washington Boulevard, just a little bit east of Crenshaw.
Okay. Sounds very good, sir. So we're going to drop this story right here. Pick it up tonight at 6 o'clock along with all your latest local news. So for now, I'm Eric Richards. Carpinteria High School football player Jonathan Escueda has been seriously injured in a crash that occurred on Saturday night. Escueda was alone in his car, as investigators tell us. 3 people in another vehicle hit his car and ran from the scene. 2 of the 3 people have been caught. There's no word if one of them was the driver. The collision occurred on in Carpinteria on Linden Avenue and El Caro Lane. At the scene, there was even evidence of the wreckage with a damaged utility box. The Carpinteria High School marquee has a positive message for Escueda, who has head, chest, and pelvic injuries. His coaches have even been to the hospital to support the injured student athlete.
You know, one of the first things he wanted to know if he was going to be able to go to football practice on Monday, which just kind of breaks your heart. But
it's also a good sign.
It was a good sign, and he didn't have any really recollection of the crash, but itself. But he was able to speak, and you know, it was all a very good sign.
And we're told that a 6-person team of deputies has been assigned to investigate the crash. There's more to report tonight about the bedbug infestation at a homeless shelter in San Luis Obispo. Jeff Stone lived there for a time and was among those who were bitten. Now he's suing the operators of the shelter, demanding $500,000 in damages. The suit claims that people who run the shelter knew about the problems but ignored them. We covered it here on Malibu News 12 when the facility was shut down last month for a few days to treat the infestation. Stone says he was bitten before that and had developed an infection that landed him in the emergency room. Ever since, the building has since been disinfected And the homeless have been told that they can no longer bring their own bedding into the shelter. Now, you drink a lot of coffee, right?
I do.
Well, you know what? Your coffee habits seem to be contributing to your health. Now, there is a new study that finds that those cups of joe that you drink may boost longevity. Harvard School of Public Health study found that people who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day had a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to those people like myself who don't drink coffee. Research already points to a decreased risk of stroke. The new findings published in the medical journal Circulation show coffee drinking also cuts the risk of death from type 2 diabetes, cancers, and heart disease. I wonder what that smelled like.
Oh, no.
Anyway, keeping it in Santa Barbara, zombies rose from the dead today to perform Michael Jackson's Thriller. Hundreds of dancers practiced the song for weeks to get the number just right. This performance in Santa Barbara was hosted by a charitable group called World Dance for Humanity. Donations raised by the Thriller dancers help boys and girls clubs locally, with money also going towards building badly needed schools in Rwanda. Finally, tonight we want to finish this evening with daring fitness enthusiasts who crowded UC Santa Barbara's campus this morning for a colorful run. Thousands of people took part in what's called the Run or Die, that's DYE. The 5K event wound its way around the UCSB campus. Runners passed through several dye stations where volunteers threw powdered colors at them. Those dyes had been made from biodegradable cornstarch, by the way. Even our own Malibu News 12 team was out there running. I see Caitlin right there, and our news director Bob with the colored hair.
So much fun.
Yes.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yes, it does. So we should definitely do that next year.
We should. Well, that's all for us for now. More news at 11. I'm Sharon Carrillo.
And I'm Eric Richards. You all have a wonderful night. I'm Eric Richards. An arson investigation is underway in Azusa after 2 homes that were under construction went up in flames earlier this morning. I was out there earlier and I spoke to a resident who lives across the way from the scene. And he told me that this fire could have been avoided had there been more security.
So we got up about 2 a.m. and the house in front of us, the marbles were on fire.
Okay.
So here's a couple pictures that I took. The heat was really intense, and it went really fast. But they don't have any security. See,
They don't?
No, they have no security. See?
Anyone with any information regarding this incident is urged to contact the Azusa Police at area code 626-812-3200. Eric Richards in Glendora, where you can see right now an active crime scene happening here in front of this car wash that's at the corner of Route 66 and Vermont. This is where 2 people believed to be transients were found dead this morning. Shortly after 2 a.m., Glendora police were flagged down by a passerby who said something was happening here at this location. Officers arrived to the scene and found 2 men believed to be in their late 30s, early 40s in this location with multiple... I'm Eric Richards. As you probably already know, there is a 2-alarm brush fire that is burning out of control north of Azusa. I was out there just a few moments ago. I will bring you that video in just a moment. But first, let me tell you that a brush fire is burning about 30 acres in the Angeles National Forest above Azusa. This afternoon, the fire is burning west of San Gabriel Canyon Road. That's State Route 39, and is burning uphill away from structures. Now, 2 Super Scoopers and fixed-wing water-dropping aircraft are on the scene making their drops. There are no injuries reported, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. This fire being called the Madre Fire. And right now what I want to do is go ahead and turn to some video that I shot just moments ago. It's Eric Richards here in Azusa, taking a look here at breaking news, a brush fire that is started here in the Azusa Canyon area.